Welcome back to another episode of the BJJ Goons podcast. I'm one half of the greatest tag team in the history of Jiu-Jitsu podcasting, Tim Mushmaster Spriggs. And with me as always every week is...
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Nico Ball. And question for you, Tim, have we ever tag teamed anybody?
No. No, you never tagged that team anybody, Nico. No, contrary to what people ask me all the time, no. We don't do those type of things together. We do podcasting, and sometimes people pay for it at the BJJ Goons Patreon at patreon.com/BJJ Goons. No, we're not that type of Patreon. And today we have a very special guest. Who do we have in the studio with us today?
Today we have a TLI black belt, Cory Walker. He is the 2022 brown belt world champion. You wouldn't know because Flow Grappling, Gracie Mag, nobody posts anything about this man or our team in general. But I think, Tim, you've known Cory for, how long?
A very, very long time, Nico. I remember Cory being a juvenile, and he had tattoos.
Wait.
More tattoos than me.
He's like the baby from the show?
I wouldn't say that. But when I first met Cory, now mind you, in high school, there's typical guys do get tattoos, right, Cory?
Yeah.
How old were you when you got your first tattoo?
I got my first tattoo at 16.
So yeah, and I just knew, and I just, you want to say that again? You heard that? Could you hear that?
How did you get your first tattoo at 16? Legally, jail tattoo?
I actually did get my first tattoo legally. My mother took me. She signed the paper and everything. Took me to the shop.
Incredible. So check it.
Yeah.
But that wasn't how I noticed Cory. What I noticed about Cory that he was the smallest dude in the class, but he kicked the most ass. Cory really went hard, and he won. Right, Cory?
Yes, sir.
What did you win as a juvenile? You talk about the medal count, but we could talk medal count, but also some of the more prestigious titles that you won.
So when I was coming up in the children's program, we weren't really doing the IBJJF tournaments like they are now, but I was winning all the Nagas, the Grapplers Quest, the Copanovas. I was the number one ranked youth grappler in the country, number one ranked teen in the country. And then when I was of age, after I got my blue belt, I think I won Adult Worlds my second year at blue belt.
Incredible. And you've been doing jiu-jitsu for how long would you say?
I started jiu-jitsu when I was 9 years old, and I just turned 29.
20 years. Let's clap it up, man. 20 years. I'm almost there.
You made it really? He's been training longer than you?
Yes, absolutely. And he's...
I guess weren't you training longer than Jamil? Did you say that?
I was there before Jamil. A couple breaks in between, though, due to other things. But, I started at TLI when I was 9 years old.
So you had a 20-year journey in jiu-jitsu, and I noticed that you took a little bit of a break. You've had your brown belt for a while. You had your brown belt for a while, and we might be able to get into the life stuff, but
yeah.
You want to start from the latest, Nico?
Wait, did I want to start? No, I want to start from the beginning. Going back, because I was telling Tim,
okay, go ahead.
The first time, because I was at World, so I went down with TLI to film at World, so I was there with Cory, and then I went to the world champion dinner, and then I was there when he got his black belt, and he was crying the whole time.
I was.
So it was a very emotional moment for him. And this is the first time that he's not crying. I was going to try to get him crying on every single platform that I could. Yeah. But before we were recording, Tim and Cory were talking about how he goes to Atlanta, and people always come up to him and say, there's not a lot of black athletes in this sport and this and that. So I thought a good way to start off would be for you to tell us a little bit about the person or why you were inspired to train martial arts.
It's always been a passion of mine since I was a kid. My uncle had me in a gi, not a jiu-jitsu gi, but he had me messing around in the gi when I was 4 or 5 years old. I was and had me watching Bruce Lee movies and Jackie Chan and Jet Li. This is the type of stuff that I grew up on. So I didn't always know I would end up doing jiu-jitsu, but I knew I would always be doing martial arts of some kind. It's just in me.
So what kind of martial arts did you start with? Like kung fu, karate? Like I have a stepmom that was a black belt in karate. People always start, especially like when you that young back in the day.
Yeah.
It's always some like Tiger Showman's crazy stuff.
Right. So yeah, my uncle, he definitely had me messing around with Taekwondo a lot. He was a high level Taekwondo black belt, a little bit of kung fu, and then on top of that, I was just always walking around the house just doing Bruce Lee moves. I had fake nunchucks. I would try to imitate him, and like Bruce Lee's like my idol. So you know,
I got some nunchucks. We can see like we.
I don't think y'all want to see me use any nunchucks. It's not gonna look good.
Nah. There's a lot of stuff you can break in here. Maybe not.
Nah.
Like, so obviously you grew up around here, but for those of you new listeners and stuff, like, where is around here?
Right. So I grew up in the Prince George's County area, not too far from the gym, Lloyd Irvin, where I train at. So I live about 15 minutes from there, and that's where I grew up at.
Well, like 29 years. So in that time, did you ever like want to stop?
Oh yeah, there's been plenty of times where I didn't want to train anymore. You know, not to jump ahead, but you know, especially at purple belt. I think I had my purple belt for about maybe 7 or 8 years, and I never won worlds one time, and I've never missed a world. So that just lets you know how many losses that I've taken, over the years and stuff like that. So there was, some ups and a lot of downs. So, there's been a lot of times where I thought I didn't want to do it anymore, but I'm a competitor at the end of the day. So I'll be down for a day or two, maybe a week, but there's something in me where it's like I'm always going to come back. I'm going to do this until I die. So.
When you didn't want to do jiu-jitsu, was it something where you were ready to give up and not even care about getting your black belt no more, or like take a break, or like what were some of the factors involved? Because I think we've all been there. I've definitely been there multiple times.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Like your feelings about maybe why you didn't want to, and
yeah, I think although I'm a very confident person, after taking multiple losses like that in a row, it kind of just hurts, more than anything. I was just upset at the game. Like, even though it doesn't really make any sense, it's just how I felt, So it wasn't necessarily like I wasn't even thinking about my black belt. I'm just like, how am I going out here and I'm just losing the guys year after year, and I feel like I'm putting in the work, but I'm not getting the results. And, you start to, I did lose some confidence at, some points in time in my journey, but, I always bounce back, always. So yeah, that's pretty much how I felt about it.
Damn. I feel like losses can really like damage your confidence if you go on a streak. I never really had to go too long of a streak, but definitely like the grind to put that on you. And that was coming from me as somebody that was training full time. And now you never trained full time, correct?
Not since I was a child. Not since I was a child. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's like adulting happens.
Yeah. Because when I turned 18, I went to community college, and then in my mid-20s, I went to a 4-year university, and then after I graduated from a 4-year university, I got a real job out in the world. So.
Well, hold on, let's clap it up for Cory. Brother graduated college, 4-year university.
Yeah.
Got a real job.
Guy who,
oh no!
Shout out to the Magic Man.
Shout out to Magic Man.
He was a great guest.
So you got a real job, right?
Yep.
And then what happened?
So got a real job, which I still currently at now.
What did you study? What's your major?
So my major, I did IT and sociology. Those were my majors, but I ended up getting a job.
Major?
Major and a minor. So,
okay.
But I ended up getting a job that has nothing to do with my degree, like most people do. So I have a job in finance now, and I've been working for the Treasury Department for the last 3 years.
Hopefully you got that nice.
Oh man, let's clap it up. My man Cory doing the damn thing. And for everybody at home, listen, this man has a good ass job. He's college educated. He got a gold chain, mad tattoos. Don't judge a book by its cover, folks.
Yes.
Real talk, we out there. The culture is out here and we're fucking doing the damn thing.
Doing it.
man.
Like Tim's man because he went to Real Job. He's talking about now I'm up in here with all these incels. He's like, nah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you know, pro wrestling come calling. I mean, that's still not a real job. I mean, it is a job, but I mean, it's like a fun job. Talking about serious job. Cory has a serious job.
I do. Very
serious hours. He's a serious man.
But you know, them government jobs, they're sweet jobs. You know, you just sit there, do a lot of.
Oh, man. Shout out to the Department of Treasury. I don't want to say too much. Love you guys.
Thanks for hooking them together up.
Yeah.
You know, you need that stability. You know, you need that stability in your life to be able to set like a consistent training pattern.
Right.
You got that security clearance.
Yes, that was
Man, he got that world title and the security clearance. Like,
Yeah.
You got a girlfriend? He ain't saying nothing, just like Tim. You know, that would be on the Patreon, $5 a month. We drop new episodes on the 1st and the 15th. We'll slide that answer in for those of y'all.
Absolutely. Can you talk about the balance? We just talked about having a real job. We just talked about being a student. Can you talk about the struggle or, you know, some tips on how to balance having a real job and doing the jiu-jitsu grind?
So I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. I can tell you what my day consists of. I work every day from 6 to 3:30, and then practices at the gym at 4. So as soon as I log out of work, I grab my bag, I walk out the door, and I go straight to the gym. So my advice to anyone would be, not everyone can train full time and can afford to just not have a job and fully invest in jiu-jitsu. So I would say just as long as you're giving 100% of your time, of your free time that you can give, I mean, that's all you can do. And that's what I do. And I just live with the results.
Damn, that's some real talk. Because a lot of people feel discouraged when they see guys that live in their car and train all day. And
Yeah.
Why you giving that look, Nico?
No, I was just thinking about that. It's like, that's not the way. Like, you need to aspire to have but not have less. Like, Muhammad really like instilled that in me when he was talking about people from the favela and stuff. And he was like, just because they're poor doesn't mean like they should have secondhand shit. Like, that they deserve better than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, just because you want to be a jiu-jitsu athlete doesn't mean you should have to like live out of your car.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not that serious.
No, it's hard. Like, you have to acquire a skill. Like, I have the luxury of, I work for like 5 years at teaching, but I had a part-time job, and I only work 4 days a week, 4 hours a week, 4 hours a day, and I made enough to like support myself. And if I wanted to go compete during the weekends, I didn't have to work on Friday, so I was out. It was a beautiful thing, but I'm able to do that because I have a degree in education.
Right.
So I kind of dedicated my time to that, to be qualified to not do anything. I'm qualified to have my free time.
I think too, something that kind of separates me and other people who don't train full time, like, I'm hungry, like, and if you have that dog in you and you want something, you're not going to let nothing stop you from getting it. And even though I don't train as much as other people, I don't think it's nobody out here that's hungrier than me, so as long as you have that drive to do something, don't let nothing discourage you from doing it.
Yeah, you got to be resourceful. Like, wait, where do you train at 4 o'clock? Because we were going to ask, like, because we seen at Missouri, you had people training on Skywalker BJJ.
Yes.
I don't have a car.
My man has his own team.
He
got his own team.
No team.
I was like, where you training? Where you doing that for?
So at 4 o'clock, I train with Macedoni, the best kids team on the planet. We train every day, Monday through Thursday, from 4 to 6. And then Fridays from 5 to 7, and Saturday from 3 to 5. And I train with the best kids. And I call it the kids class, but that's the class that me and all the adults that came up on the kids program train in. So that's what I train with every day.
I'm trying. Wait, first of all, you leave from the city? You work in the city?
Well, by the grace of God, we're teleworking now. So,
Yes.
No, don't say yes. I was trying to get the ride with him.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no.
couldn't get there. I was like, I could be downtown by wherever that
But-
treasury is by 3.
Right, but
Like,
before we were
that's not right.
teleworking, I was going every day. I was going from work straight to the gym. So,
But I mean, 3 o'clock. That's not that bad of traffic at 3.
well, in Southwest, in rush hour,
Yeah, no,
it's
traffic
terrible.
starts at 3.
It's terrible.
Definitely starts at 3.
Damn.
But like, I'm trying to get in with the kids squad too, and I demonstrated at Worlds that I curse too much. So unless I can prove,
We need a swear jar. For
I'm
Nico.
too big.
I can't curse.
Y'all little though, like Cory Rooster, he gonna get good work. I go in there, it's gonna be a
No,
problem.
We got Angelo and Elijah Dorsey.
Oh, they do that one
They're
too?
They're
Oh,
Call
goddamn.
that Macedoni, you know?
Hey, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Like, cause I'm trying to get in, so I have like a good amount of highly skilled small people.
Right.
Yeah, and then I do know that Angelo being there. That's when Ray pop in.
Yeah.
Know? Like none of the savage adults, because they're not on the same. It's like, not you and Muhammad.
Yeah, man.
Though, but like as long as it's just DJ without like you.
DJ not popping up no more, man.
Yeah.
DJ
Shout out
not
to
popping.
DJ.
It's not a pop up. It's a vacation.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
He's like one of those that would frequent the kids class.
Oh hell yeah.
For sure.
He's kid size. Now Cory, you said that what separates you from guys that even train full time and live in their cars, that you're hungry.
I am.
And hunger plays a huge role in jiu-jitsu and training for jiu-jitsu. You got to fuel yourself up, Nico. You know, we don't do steroids, as you guys can see.
Yeah.
So we got to eat right.
Correct.
And you know who helps me eat right? I'll tell you who, Nico. John's Fit Meals.
Steroids.
No, John's Fit Meals has been a longtime sponsor for the BJJ Goons podcast. I eat their meals every single day. I got to get my macros. I got to get clean food. As you can see, your boy's getting swole. I'm deadlifting like 500 plus. Yeah, baby. And a lot of that is due to John's Fit Meals. Go to johnsfitmeals.com. You can order your food for the entire week. They got a full menu. I love their breakfast burritos and their carne asada. Yes, that's some really good Espanol from your boy. So make sure you use promo code BJJGoons at John's Fit Meals for a sweet discount and tell them the Mushmaster sent you. Nico?
We had an episode.
No, we're still going.
Oh, well then
We're still on time.
So, we did this same thing the last episode. We dropped the promo mid-episode. I was like, I just want you, don't you dare. Like, okay. Mm-hmm.
Nico, you just heard
I
the
was gonna
best
kill you.
ad read in the history of this podcast.
That was hard.
That was hard, right?
And then how you
That was
supposed to
hard.
follow that up? Why
With
didn't
the
you follow
rest of
that
the
with
outline of the episode, Nico. My bad. We got to work on our hand signals and stuff. We're still getting it together, okay? We got the mic. We're getting the mics. I'm sorry, folks. We're still getting the mics. We got the camera. We got the setup.
All good.
We're still learning, man.
Yeah. Thinking I don't like doing improv. It's just like, because you nailed it. He's like, I'm done. Drop the mic. That's exactly what you did.
Boom.
Boom. Anyway, so you don't have your own team. Where did this Skywalker, like, you do some training with other people?
Correct.
Jiu-jitsu isn't hard or easy to access. So apparently you out there doing some things in the community.
Right. So a friend of mine, I met him through a friend of mine, but he's become a brother to me. My friend G, he's now one of the newest members of TLI, one of the hardest white belts we got. But he hit me up and asked me to teach him jiu-jitsu. So his only jiu-jitsu was through me. He didn't have any other training partners or anything like that. And he hit me up about doing the Randori tournament, and I said, of course, but we don't have a school to put you under, you know. So I just said, he said, can I put Skywalker BJJ on there? And I said, cool. Cool with me. So, yeah, but I don't have a school. Maybe one day.
That is a badass name for a school.
Yeah.
That's a badass. Skywalker,
Yeah, Skywalker everything.
especially if you do like Star Wars theme,
Yep,
all the
yep.
nerds would want to train with you.
Of course. Everybody loves Star Wars.
Yes.
Right?
That's a dumb question.
Yeah.
Are you a big Star Wars
The kids'
Oh,
class
yeah,
would be
yeah.
little
Of course,
Jedis,
of course.
little Jedis,
Yeah.
tiny Jedis.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, man.
Of course.
Yeah, that would hit. That would definitely hit.
Yeah.
So what are your plans? Is that like you want to open a school, or like you're kind of you have a real job, so like you don't have a necessity? Like,
Right. I think that's the dream one day. But I don't see myself opening the school in the next decade or so because I don't think it would be fair for me to open a school and have students when I'm still hungry as a competitor. Like when I open a school, I want to devote my time 100% into my students and building them up. So maybe, when I'm a little bit older and I'm retired as a competitor. So, but yeah, that's the dream one day.
Damn. So last episode of the podcast, we were talking about tape study. For me, I think it's one of the most important aspects of being a competitor because you don't want to go into a fight situation without some background info. So what is your philosophy on this? Like this has been blowing up on our social media, the conversation. What do you think?
So I think my personal opinion is that you have to do what works for you. I personally don't watch my competitors' film because I'm a person I get in my own head a lot. So when I build people up to be more than what they are sometimes if I watch them too much. So now I don't watch my opponent's film. I don't look at the brackets. I don't look to see how many competitors are in there. I just go in there to fight, and I don't know how many matches I'm going to have until like the day of or anything like that. So that's just me. I train with like the best guys in the world, so I know there's nothing that a competitor can do to me that hasn't been done or put me in any type of situation that I don't see every day. So for me personally, and I'm not telling anyone else to do this or anything like that, but me, I focus on myself. I watch my film a lot and look where my mistakes are, and then I watch of course I like to watch study other people's films in the other division, like to see just to pick up new things and just see what's going on in jiu-jitsu. But I do not watch my competitors because I get in my own head a lot.
Wow.
You know yourself. You have to know yourself.
But I do think that is important. If you're someone who who doesn't have the same issues that I have, I would definitely say to watch film and study and prepare as much as possible. So yeah.
Damn. How do you prepare for major competitions?
I just do. Nothing changes really. We train so hard. I mean, Tim, you came up under the same
Tim
program.
Only trains 2 times a week. Yeah.
Hey man. Hey. Like they say, Hove do that. Yeah. So hopefully you won't have to go through that. I'm
gonna give Tim his credit. When Tim was like really on his grind, Tim was one of the most hardest working people in the room. Really. But me personally, it's like we train so hard, like every day. It doesn't really feel like anything changes when we get closer to a tournament. If anything, we may do more like situational stuff. But in terms of the intensity and things like that, the intensity in the room is so high every day. I mean, like the people we have on the floor.
Tim tried to say Hotep Tim came out last episode.
Oh,
Hotep
God.
Tim has gone, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, make sure you donate to the Patreon. I'm opening a school.
He was trying to talk about, we were talking about studying, your own training footage, and he's like, I just kind of flow in training, It's not really hard. I don't think it's a reflection. I was like, y'all don't go hard in training? You're going to sit here and lie?
Man, Tim told you don't go hard in training? Hey, shout out to Spriggs. I love Spriggs, but Tim goes hard in the paint. He train wrecking people through the walls, man. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Tim just tried to sit here and be like, on the bleachers. There's only one tiny wall. Other than that, it's glass windows and bleachers. He's trying to say, I'm slow-mo.
Man. I mean, I had to dial back a little.
Yeah.
I don't try to kill people, but
no, not like he's trying to intentionally hurt anyone or anything. Like Tim is a great training partner. He can roll with anyone from the littlest guy to the biggest guy in the room. But best believe he can bring that intensity when it's time to, when he needs to. Like no question.
I miss it.
Yeah.
Side note. No, I'm being dead ass.
Pull up. Pull up.
But no, it's kind of hard. You can't. You know how shit change. You can't go back to those times when it sucked at the time. Being a brown belt, purple brown belt, early black belt, when we were all there, everybody.
It's a different vibe.
It was.
Like
totally different.
Right.
And like, you know, maybe for the better, because like I still feel the pains. Like, you know, my back is still hurts
Yeah.
from all the training that we did, but I miss that shit.
Yeah.
And like the level of intensity and every day is like, listen, we're just gonna go in there and fucking train hard. We got something to prove.
That's what we do.
And I think that is missing in a lot of gyms.
Yeah.
It's like we all felt, I don't know what it was, just by nature of our team and the pride that we have. And sometimes it comes from the outside saying certain things. We all we had something to prove. And we had a burning desire to get better at jiu-jitsu. And it was not saying the burning desire doesn't mean that you have to live in a car. The burning desire was that we made sure that we went to practice consistently. We trained fucking hard. Every time we went to practice, we had a fucking goal.
Yeah.
We had Tom Brands, Olympic gold medalist, coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes. I think they won the national title like a year ago. Still, great program.
Yep.
He would come and reinforce that shit. But we trained like killers. It was like the Navy SEAL school of grappling.
Yeah.
And like I miss it, man. And like you say you're a winner. You say you're hungry. And man, like it just got me thinking about it, you know? Like you gotta be fucking hungry no matter what the circumstance.
Yeah.
You gotta grind it out. And yeah, you know, I've changed my training style tremendously in that, you know, when I go with guys, it's not the same because if I go to that intense level, no one's gonna want to train with me.
Yeah.
We don't, no, I don't think Muhammad is really training for grappling right now. He wants to do MMA. A lot of the jiu-jitsu guys grew up and grew out, you know, so it's not the same.
Right.
But, you know, if you want to get to that level, you got to be willing to either adapt to your circumstances, which Cory has. You know, if he ever decides, if people decide to have students, you got to adapt. But, man, if you want to get to that level, you got to go extreme.
Yeah. And
Take it there.
And I like when you talk about hunger. I always said I'll stop competing like when I'm not hungry no more. Like I don't care how good I am, whatever the case may be. If I don't have that drive and I don't if I can't sleep if I lose and I can't sleep, you know, if I lose that, like I don't want to compete no more, you know?
Yeah.
It's like now, it's like you just have to be hungry. Like you have to want it to the point where it bothers you, you know? So
Gotta have that burning desire, like with anything that you actually want to have.
Right.
So you got your black belt.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You got some new ink.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that yet? On the pod?
Yeah, no.
Well, Cory, you got some new ink.
Yeah, I did. I got I don't have a fresh cut, but I got the date of my black belt here, which
When did you get that?
But here he means the top of his head.
I got this. Dang, when did I get this? Last week, and it's also my mother's birthday too, 6/17.
Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to mom.
Wow, there's a meaning to that. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I wonder if my soul knew that.
Yeah.
That's that one.
Yeah.
And then he had an angel on. He just got 2 of them recently, so he had an
Yep.
angel tattoo on the side of his head. I walked in because I knew when he was getting his black belt. They called me to come film it, but I walked in and he's wearing like them wrestling ears.
Yeah. The
And
headgear.
it looked like he had a bandage around his head. I was like, dang, he just won Worlds and he came back and y'all messed
Oh
it up.
yeah. When I saw that video, I thought he was injured.
I was like,
Like,
y'all
damn,
messed it
he
down.
went hard at Worlds.
He's like, he did it to himself.
Another tattoo. I get tatted like every other week. It's therapeutic for me, but I never miss. I get tatted on a Friday and I'm training on Saturday.
I was like, where are you getting
you know?
He said he had a real job, ladies.
Are you running out of room?
Yeah, after I finish my head, I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
You said that the last time. Last time you said you were chilling. Not no more.
Oh man, yeah, I'm running out of space. You know, because everything I have now I can cover because I do have a job at the end of the day. So, but yeah, I'm running out of space.
Everything I have now,
You're gonna be wearing long sleeve shirts
What
every
the
day
heck?
at work
What are you
For the rest of my life.
just growing your hair out.
Yeah, I mean, you can like in 2 weeks you're not gonna be able to even see this. You know, so. Yeah, I just but I'm long sleeves. My first tattoos were down here, so I started off bad. You know? I started off bad.
Well,
Not smart. I don't recommend that.
Well, Cory, before we go, I'm going to give the floor to you. Is there anything that you want to shout out?
Well, first I want to shout out to my sponsor, AP. Thank you guys for the opportunity and love y'all. And second, I want to shout out my team, Team Lloyd, Irvin, and everybody from the white belts all the way up to the black belts and the instructors. Without you guys, I am nobody. And last but not least, shout out to the Goon Squad for inviting me here. Been a big fan of the show. Been wanting to come here for a long time, so I appreciate y'all.
Well, Nico, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Nico. That's Nico with a C. And make sure to slide over to favelajujitsu.com. You can get all of your BJJ Goons merch, like the shirts that we're wearing, our new sticker packs, and all that fun stuff. You can get that at favelajujitsu.com.
You can find me at timspriggsbjj.com. I can be your virtual coach. I do private lessons both in person and virtually. I create game plans for my clients. I can also critique your matches. If you want to book me for a seminar, hit up your boy. Also, you can catch me on Instagram and Facebook at timspriggsbjj, and you can see me on Twitter at MushmasterWins. On behalf of Nico, the homie Cory.
No, you better let him drop his handle. Where can they find you?
Oh, okay.
You can find me on Instagram at SkywalkerBJJ.
All right, SkywalkerBJJ it is.